We're here at the local pond, Bethany Lakes. Temperatures are in the 70s, got a little wind, slight chill in the air, and yours truly finally made it out. We had a lot of rain yesterday, so that kind of threw a damper on multiple things. However, we're out here today, and I'm hoping to see if I can catch something, maybe a fish or two, working the ponds here at Bethany Lakes. And I decided to just come back with that Sunray fly line, little 3-weight, weight forward, sort of like a Skagit head. Don't know what the bite's gonna be like. Water's kind of murky from all that rain that we had. But I'm gonna give it a try. We'll just kind of poke away at it. I'm gonna keep the line short. I don't think I really need to cast too far right now. And I'm gonna keep everything pretty shallow water conditions here. Since the water's up, I'm hoping that maybe the fish will kind of be in some spots that they hadn't been to before, trying to work in the area. All right, and I'm just using a little 3-weight 7.5 foot fly rod, and I'm really just kind of poking away at different spots to see if I can find something lurking below. Howdy, howdy, I see Ground Fog's on. Hi, Ground Fog. Appreciate you joining today. Okay, and we'll just kind of work the shallows here, and maybe we can get something here where it's sunny too. Okay, I was thinking about bringing the rooster tail and doing some ultralight bait finesse style casting, but today I felt like this little fly rod, just to see if I can get something to pop. All right, because the last time I came out I was getting some decent hits, but they were wanting that rooster tail, and I'm not sure what the conditions have been like since after the rain, meaning yesterday. But I'm not seeing much movement here in the shallows right now, so let's kind of keep working our way around the pond and see where that takes us. Okay, so let's grab the line and let's move on down. I got some duckies being fed and some geese. All right, let's see. Real nice day. I was trying to get out yesterday, but like I was saying, we had some really heavy rains. I think, wettest time in the area for Valentine's Day. So, let's see. What is this? What? Whoa, your chats. Are you alone? I'm not sure. I mean, people join, they come and go. All right. All right. Let's work this spot over here, see if something's lurking over here. And I'm just using this one feather fly right now. Okay. All right. Let's just work it up closely. Make sure this is tied down. Yeah. All right. So last time I saw some little bass and whatnot moving about right in these shallow areas. And since the temperature's been up, I'm hoping that maybe might be able to coax them to do so. Let me get some more line out here real quick. Okay, there we go. A little bit more line. Trying to work it over here along this one shallow section. And let's see if we can get one of these bass to strike. It's murky waters, but doesn't mean they won't strike. And I could see my fly pretty clear since I'm working the upper part of the water column. Okay, nothing yet. Let's pop it out. Got my line tangled. Yeah, you can see that area's been really wet. That's from all that rain that we had yesterday. All right. Okay, and maybe they're further out. Let's go pop it out a little bit further. See if something's lurking way out there. I'll just do these short pool retrieves and see if we can coax something to strike. All right. Let's kind of target these shallow areas first, and then we'll kind of work our way around. I got that back pond to work also, so I'll probably head in there in a moment if I don't get a strike here. Mainly looking for some fish activity, specifically some of these little bass that like lurking in these shallows. Okay. And since the temperature was up today, I'm hoping that they're a little bit more active. More active than normal. Okay. All right, nothing behind it, nothing chasing that. Okay. And like I was saying earlier, this little 3-weight, pretty comfortable rod, fun one to have out for these quick trips. That's what I call it, a little quick trip. Oh, got a little tangle down here. Let me get that taken care of. And this little purple section here, that is what you use at, they call it the, I don't know what they call it, but it's from Sunray Fly line. They say once you get this purple stuff or that off-color stuff in the rod guides or out or outside the rod guides, that is going to tell you that you're ready to go and cast forward. So here's me just taking out the line, getting that right there. So you saw that, and I think if I take out a lot more line right here, I can shoot out the rest of this line once I get this line out. So let's try that real quick. Okay, so the overhang is just outside. Oh yeah, it does. Pretty close, not bad. That wasn't hard at all. And I mean, the main reason why I picked up this line was I can cast pretty good distance with it, fairly easy. It's a little 7.5 foot rod, getting some pretty good distance with it. And at the same time, that line is not slapping the water like some of the heavier sketchet heads I've used, okay? So that's the main reason why I got this line, is because of that. A lot of times I'd be using a heavier line, and it would certainly scare a fish or two. Right, going fishing. All right, cool. All right, cool. Well, I'm trying to catch a fish right now, and right now it's been slim pickings, but let's go and start walking the bank a little. See if I can spy something kind of lurking below, or maybe get them to strike from wherever they are lurking. Let me get by all this muddy stuff. Okay. All right, and you can see where a lot of the water kind of pooled from last night. And I'm gonna go to this back pond and go check out this one section that normally has been dry, but it looks like now I could see a lot of water there now. So the pond is definitely up. Let's just see if there's maybe a fish lurking down below. Okay. Oh yeah, pond is up. And there's some duckies, all right. Okay, let's see if we can coax a fish to strike here. All right, let me just get this untangled. Let's see. I've got the line tangled a little bit here. All right, I think it's loose now. Yeah, okay. All right, I just gotta, all right, almost got it. And I'm using the one feather fly. It's one made with one saddle hackle. And it's one that I've used mainly when the fish are lurking in the upper part of the water column. Kind of fish, trying to go for some bass, but if there's a bluegill lurking here, we're certainly not gonna say no to it, okay? All right, let's just make sure I got this right. Oh, no, got it tangled still. Let me undo it. Okay. Okay, almost got it. Got to flip this line through, it looks like. Let's see, here's this. Okay, there it is. All right, and this is what I call mobile, the fishing mobile was it mobile fishing live stream in real life, because yeah, oh, I already got a knot here, because it's pretty much live. See the mistakes and all, like in this case, got my line all tangled, so I gotta go and get it all undone, and then we'll start up again here shortly. So there's no editing here. There's no editing. And yeah, some days I get a bunch, some days I don't. And today, mainly just wanted to get out, because I've been itching to get out all week, and unfortunately I have not been able to make it. And then we had those rains yesterday that definitely hosed everything. Have you got a catfish? Yes, I've got catfish. Catfish, got them on the fly as well as bait. They're fun. All right, I think I got this cleared out enough now. Okay. All right, let me just pop it out here. Get on these cypress knees real quick and see if I can maybe coax one of these guys in the shallows to pop. Okay. A lot of times we get a heavy rain, these guys start moving in closer to the shoreline, checking out stuff, but it looks like it's already dissipated or kind of flooded. The flood's already gone down on this end and shifted, because normally the water will be up above the banks when we get that much water, but looks like it's already cleared out pretty quickly and gone to the main pond, which is just down that way where I was. Okay. All right, we're just gonna work the shallow, see if we can get a passing bass to strike. Just kind of staged ourselves on this one spot and see if Mr. Fish wants to strike. Okay. I'm gonna work it fairly fast, just because I want to cover a lot of water. Okay. Do a little shaky motion. Okay, there's another cast out that way. All right, not seeing much movement right now. That's not a good thing. Okay, let's see if I can get one to come up behind it quick. There we go. Nope, nope, nope. I'm seeing some parts of the bottom, some branches, sunken branches and whatnot, but I'm not seeing much fish activity. It's going to move down. All right. Move down. Oh man, look at this. Dead turtle. Oh yeah, that one's gone. Man. All right, let's go over here. All right. Just work my way between these trees. Sometimes I'll be able to coax a bass or two to strike right along this one set of weeds and whatnot. So let's see if maybe that's the case here. All right. And we'll just do this quick shaky shake motion and just take advantage of this line, because it's a very, very forgiving line. I can pop it out there pretty quick, minimal false casting, and it is landing very nicely on the water. I'm not seeing any big splashes, and the fly is landing first onto the surface before the fly line, so that's a good thing too, because you're not spooking said fishy. All right, let's see if there's got to be a bluegill in here. Normally there's usually a bluegill lurking about. Let's move it back. All right, let's come back around this over here. Let's see what happens. All right. All right, we got some other folks. What was that? It was a dead turtle. Looked like it'd been dead for a little bit. Oh man, got snagged. Got a lot of turtles here, and I guess this guy didn't make it last night, or not last night. I don't know when he croaked. Okay, All right, I'm gonna step back from the bank and I'm gonna cast in. Okay, let's see if there's something lurking close to the bank here. The cormorant is here. Got to be careful when that cormorant is here. He's usually a pretty good fisherman himself, catching a fish or two, especially during with the trout that they stock in the other pond. All right, a little bit more sun here. Maybe the water's warmer and these guys are more active too. Okay, and I like using this one fly. It does stay higher on the water column. Plus I can stop it, it'll just kind of suspend. At the same time, I can kind of move it quickly and give it a bait fish look. And it stays above all that greenery that could definitely snag your line. If I go with a streamer, a weighted streamer, a lot of times I'm really fighting all that algae stuff that's down below. Makes it much harder to fish. Okay. All right, so far no takers. I don't even see hardly any, well no, I'm not seeing any fish activity here in the shallows. But let's see if we can coax something here. Work it slow, work it fast, little short pull retrieves. All right, let's take it out a little bit more. Take it out further. There we go. See if Mr. Bass wants to play. I would suspect a bass or two should be lurking out here right now. Of course, they may be over there in the feeder creek. I've done that before on me. Yeah, let's go over there to that one corner and right where the feeder creek comes in and see if I can maybe coax something over there. We'll just pretty much do a once around, come back around. Got 3 of the 4 ponds we'll probably hit today. There's 4 ponds here in this location that I'm fishing. All right, let's go over here real quick. I may spook a duck or two, but all right, there we go. There goes the ducks. Yeah, you can see where the water has gone over the bank here, but it's already subsided. Okay, just gonna take it over here and see if something's lurking over here and by these, by the structure here. There's a bunch of, like, you see those cypress knees here? We'll picture that in underwater. There's a bunch of that same set of roots and whatnot are down below. So maybe there's a fish or two lurking there right now. Okay, and then let's take it back this way. All right. Come summer, this place will be just covered with a bunch of these bluegill and bluegill and some bass, all just kind of hanging out, doing their thing. Specifically, I don't know, maybe year in, year out, I find them here consistently. So probably in another month or two, we'll start seeing some more of the bluegill in the shallows. Okay. But right now, I'm not getting anything. These guys are playing hard to get. All right, let's go to the feeder creek. Work our way back there. See if we can coax something. All right. There's a slight north wind, and I'm staging where the wind is behind me just to help out the casting as well. But when I get to the other side, I'll be casting into the wind. All right, which shouldn't be a problem with this thing. This should be able to handle it. All right. Grab my line here. All right, so I hope everyone had a nice, happy Valentine's Day. We had a pretty chill weekend for us. And then did have a lot of rain yesterday, so I think the news was saying that it's the wettest Valentine's we've had in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in years. Okay, let's try this spot here. I can see into the shallows. I don't see much movement again. Usually I can see maybe a bluegill or two lurking below. But right now I'm not seeing anything, but maybe I just need to coax them a little bit. Remind them that there's maybe something they want to strike, like in this case, this little fly. Come on, where are you? Nope. No takers there. Okay. No takers there. All right, let me get it right across, right over here, right where it's past all this stuff that's sticking up. Maybe there's one lurking there. Okay. Feeder Creek's moving pretty good. Huh. Let's go check that out. Got some pretty good water flow over there. There's the Feeder Creek right there. Let's go over there and see if I can, got me a tree fish. Let's get out of that. Hooked into the tree itself. Let's get out of there. All right, here we go. Yeah, so right there's a Feeder Creek and water's flowing pretty good. And a lot of times because of that, there's some bass or two kind of lurking right over there in that water flow, waiting for something to come down. So before I cast there, I want to kind of walk up closely here and see if maybe I can catch a glimpse of something, because I can see the bottom here. Water's much clearer than other part of the pond. So it looks like the water's already clearing up here. All right. Okay, I don't see anything here taking it. I don't see any movement. All right, let's go take it across. Let me just get some line out. All right. Take it just across. Right there. Okay. Let's see if maybe something's lurking in the, right on the mouth of the feeder. Take it right there. Okay, let's see. Oh, I just saw something move. Oh man, I saw a wake, like it was going for it. Right over there in the mouth. Okay, let's do another one. Man, he kind of just bubbled up real quick. Let's see, let's try it again. Take it, oh yeah, that one's right into the middle. Okay. All right, let's see it. Come on. Nope. Oh man. There was something lurking there, and it looked like he was going for the fly itself, and then it disappeared. Okay. All right, let's pop it back in there again. Sometimes it's a little bass, other times it's a pretty decent bass, just kind of lurking out there. All right. Okay, I'm gonna walk up there closer and see if I can get a better angle on it, maybe even see him lurking right into that water flow. Howdy, howdy, how's it going, everyone? I see some folks joining. Hi. All right, so yeah, that Feeder Creek's moving pretty quick. I'm gonna go walk up slowly. Got my polarized glasses on, mainly looking to see if I can catch a glimpse of a bass or two lurking right in that water flow. A lot of times they like doing that. And I got a glimpse of about 10, 20 of them earlier, like winter time frame, and they were hanging out there. But right now I'm not seeing anything lurking there. Let me get up close. All right, I see some bluegill, little bluegill, small bluegill, no big ones. All right, let's see if I can cast a fly over there and maybe coax one to pop up. Okay. Just drifting it down. No, I don't see a bass in the mix. Okay. Still see those little guys, little fingerling bluegill. I'm not seeing any bass lurking here. Bummer. Okay. Maybe they're further down. We just gotta remind them that there's something here. Let's take it further down, just a little bit. Okay. Nope. All right. Let's go walk over here. Check out this other part of the Feeder Creek. There's actually a deeper section But I want to check out this shallow area because sometimes you can get a glimpse of a fish or two, and sometimes it's a decent one that got trapped in here after the rains. Nope, not seeing one. Okay. Okay, let's work our way over. Okay, I'm just kind of looking up close. Yeah, sometimes there's, oh, kid fell in the water.
You get wet. Are you okay, babe? Okay.
A little wet.
Like a little close to home.
All right. Yeah, that's the narrowest part of the river, or the feeder creek.
Oh my gosh, both legs? Oklahoma channel?
All right. So sometimes you'll get them to pop up over here. It's probably going to be some of those little bluegill, but it's going to kind of work this fast water and see if something will pop out. Okay.
Well, we don't want to. Let's go to the other. Let's go to.
All right.
Park for the ball because we don't want to fish in the water.
Not fun if you don't fall.
Okay.
That's classic. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay, I don't see anything there. Let's walk up over here to this other part. All right, over here is this deeper pool, and when we get a ton of rain, you'll sometimes get some of the bass upriver. There's another creek, but let's see. I don't see anything lurking here. I don't see any bass, and I don't see any bluegill. Bummer. Water's a little murky. Oh, I just saw something. I just got some movement. Okay, we've got a movement. Okay. Look like a little, oh, there's a bass looking at it. Little bass. Oh, little sight fishing at a fingerling bass here. Let's see if he'll, okay, he looked at it. He's behind it. Oh, this guy's hungry. He's definitely came at it a couple of times now. All right, come on, where'd you go? I lost him. All right, so there's a little bass in here. Let's see if there's another one. Or maybe I can get that same guy's attention. Okay. Trying to make it look like a little minnow in the water. And he certainly went at it. He looked at it and kind of eyed it for a moment and then stopped. Okay, all right, let's try it further up. Okay, we just kind of do this little shaking motion here. Come on, buddy, where'd you go? All right, let's go back up here. Maybe he's further up in the junk. That's more shallow. Yeah, much more shallow. Let me see if I can get it near this deeper section where there's an undercut. Wasn't a very big bass, but at least I got a view of him, and I can see him reacting to the fly, and it tells me I might be able to get a fish or two today. Okay. Come on, where'd you go? Where'd you go? He came at it 3 times and looked at it. Let's try drift. I'll just drift it. Kind of drift it, maybe give it a little shake every once in a while. Get it further down in the water column too, maybe. Yeah, there it is. I can see it. I don't see the bass anymore. Let me walk back a little bit. All right, I'm gonna stand off a little bit too. Maybe he's back over here in the shallower part of the pool. Oh, there we go, little guy. Wow, that's even smaller than the other one. Little fingerling bass. About like this. Very small. I brought the proof ball to measure it in case I caught something. So far it's been slim pickings over the last few weeks. Okay, I just spooked something. Looked like a little bass again. Amazing how how camouflaged they can be. Like I don't really see them until they move and they come up behind the fly. Till then, it's like I don't see them at all. They're just kind of blended into the background. Okay, where'd that other guy go? Come on, where'd you go? No, I'm not seeing him now. Okay, there's one. Little guy looking at it. He's just trailing behind it. Kind of half interested. Oh, there's another one. There's two of them. Okay. Thinking maybe they want a smaller fly. Okay, here we go. There's one looking at it. He stopped. Oh man, these guys are picky. These guys are very picky. I was thinking they would hit this thing right away. Come on. All right, let's pop it out further. Okay, I'm gonna let it drift a little and then I'll just do a little twitch. Okay, I got a little guy trailing it. I think it's a little bluegill. Little bluegill. All right, let's try one up close to the undercut. This undercut bank there. Every once in a while, I can coax one to come out and knock it. And sometimes it's a bluegill, sometimes it's a bass. There's a little bluegill chasing it right now. Let's take it back up. Okay, I'm gonna let it drift a little. Okay, short pull. Let's see if I can. Okay, there's one looking at. He's kind of trailing behind it. Nope, but he's not committing. I need some of these guys to have a little more commitment in this relationship here. All right. Come on. Oh, shoot. I had one right behind it and I picked up on the rod. Okay. All right, let's just let it drift real quick and then I'll pop it right there. Let's pop it, see if I can convince him he needs to knock this baby. Come on. No. All right. Well, they're little here. I don't see any bigger ones that I'd like to catch. But I'm actually seeing some good reaction to the fly, so that's good. Seeing some movement over here, but it's mainly these little tiny bluegill. Okay, I got a little bass trailing right behind it. Oh, he stopped. Probably like a 3-4 inch bass maybe. Little fingerling. Came up right behind it and then just turned away again. Here's another one looking at it. Where are these guys coming from? They coming from the left, I think, over here. Bunch of little shale and shallow area there. Doesn't look like any pockets. Okay, let's try over again here. Let's try over here. Okay, just gonna drift it down. Wonder if the squirmy worm would work right now. Squirmy worm is this little fly that I like using. That real stretchy that you make out of one of those toys that you get at the dollar store at Walmart. You can pull it really long and everything. But right now it looks like these guys don't want to play. I get a glimpse of one or two and then they kind of trail behind it and then they kind of drift off. Let's see if there's something over here. Okay, back over here. All right, let's go ahead and cross the river over there. That's where that one kid fell. And it is slippery. All right, so bear with me if you see the camera angle change and shoot to the sky. Well, yours truly missing the mark. So step here, step there. Nice, no problem. I got it. All right, well, I crossed the river. All right, let's go back up here real quick. Kind of look at it from this angle. See if I can coax one. Maybe there's one over here by this undercut. Okay. Okay. I'm at Bethany Lakes. Yes, I'm at Bethany Lakes. Sanitary, I don't know what you mean by sanitary other than if you're trying to keep the fish here. I'm not keeping them. All right. Oh, there's a little bluegill. There's a school of bluegill. Little small ones. And I don't see a bass in the mix yet. Oh, okay, there's a little bass here. Little fingerling bass. Okay. I wonder if they're over there at that one. Oh, they're by that bridge. Sometimes they'll be lurking over there too. Just under this other undercut, that very shallow water, but every once in a while you get a decent one to pop out of there and he'll hit it. All right, no takers there. Okay. Just gonna keep popping it over. Okay. So far it's just been these little guys kind of toying with the fly. Okay. All right. Let's come up a little bit here. Later on, when it gets all that green stuff starts growing and vegetation, you'd be surprised what you can get in these shallow spots like this. Let's go over here to this thing. The water's really, really fast, but who knows? Maybe there's something gonna hit it. Okay. If I can get the fly up close to the undercut, maybe I might be able to get one to strike. I'll drift it back here. This is where I brought the micro fly rod and I was catching those little bluegill, tiny fingerling, like 2-inch, 1-inch, on a size, I think it was a size 32 hook, very small hook. That bridge used to have big fish. I believe it. It's the water is very shallow now. And I've caught some, not big ones, but I've caught some decent ones, some surprisingly shallow water. Okay, let's move down. Let's go back to where we were at the mouth of the feeder creek and see if we can take it from that angle and see if we can coax something to strike there. All right. See how fast the water's running right now? Pretty good speed for this water flow for this little creek. Normally it's a trickle. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna walk it up slowly and kind of walk it in this direction here and come up, keep my shadow behind me. All right. Earlier I saw some little bluegill lurking here. I didn't see any bass, but I did get something chasing my fly earlier when I first cast to it. Okay, came out over here in this direction. Saw like a little V-wake headed in that direction where I just cast. So maybe they're just kind of lurking off to the edge of the water flow, waiting for something tasty to go by. All right. I'm not seeing them today. Slim pickings here. Okay, just moving the water here, or moving the fly through the water, see if I can get a glimpse of something. I'm seeing some fingerlings, little fish fry in fact. That's a good sign. We might have a good crop of bluegill and more of those fingerling bass again this year. Been a while since they stocked this pond. I think over 10 years, 15 years ago with, oh, there's a bass right now. He's just cruising right over here. Just about maybe a foot down. And he surely don't want anything to do with my fly. Okay. Oh, he just stopped. Oh man, let me see if I can get it in front of him. Okay. Sometimes they'll come up and strike this, thinking it's like a little insect or something. How about maybe a little 14-inch bass? All right. All right, good to see. Going to the feeder creek like I thought. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's another one right here. Okay. We've got some movement now. Okay, he's now cutting over to my left. Let's see if I can convince him to stop and look at this fly. He slowed down. Oh, kept going. Slowed down, then he kept going. In fact, I see him over here now. Interesting. Okay, we got movement, so let's go ahead and cast out here and just do some blind casting and see if I can coax something to strike out here. All right. I'm just gonna cast and repeat and see what happens. I kind of wondered if I should maybe switch to a different fly that will ride lower in the water. Little near deer or something maybe. Let's see. But then I have to mess with all that greenery. All right, let's just cast. Let's just stick with this fly and see if convince one of these guys to strike. Okay, take it further out. Hopefully maybe one of these bluegill will strike. Those are always fun to catch. Wow. All right, so far I've seen a couple of bass going by, but they were not interested in my fly. Did have some little fingerlings kind of playing around with it in the feeder creek, but again, it's one of those things where they look at it and turn away. So let's go back over here by the culvert and see if maybe there's something lurking there. And I may have to switch flies and just see if I need to switch it up with another pattern. Maybe go a little bit lower in the water column. I got snagged. Let me grab that. Okay. All right. This is the culvert. I just scared a bunch of turtles in the water. Yeah, I see a bunch of turtles. I'm stuck again. Snag the ground again. Let's find it. There it is. Okay, let's get that out. All right. I'm just gonna cast here for now and just see where that goes. Oh, okay. I can see all the way down in the hole right now, and it's really clear. I am not seeing much fish at all in there right now. This is one of the deeper spots of the pond. It's maybe 6 foot, 8 foot. But I am not seeing much. Sometimes you'll see a bunch of these bluegill just kind of hanging out here, and then you'll see some bass and whatnot, but today it doesn't look like it. Looks like they're just kind of disappeared. All right, let's cast out here. Maybe something wants to chase my fly out here. All right. Luck into some of those little fingerling bass. Those guys are pretty aggressive. They'll strike, readily strike at a fly. All right. Okay. Yeah, not seeing. Let's see if I can do a little sight casting to some more of these bass that are in the shallows. All right. Yeah. Maybe it's still a little chilly and we're transitioning from winter to spring. Still got a little bit more to go. And did the groundhog see himself this year? I thought they said they did, but I don't recall. All right, we'll just work our way over here. See where all this water went over the banks. We definitely had a downpour yesterday, all day. I think it went good 8-10 hours. Nice big soaking. All right, let's try here real quick. All right, let's just kind of pop it out here and get a little bit more distance out. Maybe something's lurking out here. All right, let's pop it out that way. Okay. Come on, where are you guys? Let's go out that way. It's like these guys were looking at it. All right, I'm wondering, I need to switch to another fly. Let's pick a different one. I'm gonna go with that deer and see if I can just kind of fish it fast. Keep it above all that green stuff that is down below. Maybe that might help. All right, let's knock that out real quick here. Okay. You can see I haven't been keeping up with my fly box. I've mainly been just swamping things out on the fly. Here we go. That's a near deer. I was thinking maybe trying a Guadalupana maybe. There's this little black midge. Let's try this one. I haven't fished this one here. This is one that is a popular one. The micro bugger. Very popular one on the Blue River up in Oklahoma. In fact, they're having their big President's Day trout derby, and they're catching some really nice sized trout out there. So I wasn't able to make it. I had some other commitments, but bottom line, seeing some really nice looking fish being caught. All right, I got some 6-pound tests. Maybe I might have too much. Oh, there we go. I got it. All right, we'll get that on there real quick, and we'll try a Blue River micro bugger. See what we can catch with it. Okay, I'm just gonna do a simple improved clinch knot. Okay. Just a simple improved clinch knot. Okay. I'll snip it a little. All right, and then let's move down just a tad bit and see if we can work this area over here. I think a lot of times when they fish the micro bugger, it's under a strike indicator. I'm just gonna fish it without it and try fishing it fast just to keep it out of the bottom, or off the bottom where all that greenery is. All right, almost. Let me just get it out there. Okay. And here I mainly just do these short pulls like this, and just basically keep going back and forth and see if anything wants to strike. Okay. And here I'll watch the end of the fly line. If I can't see my fly, I'm mainly watching the end of the fly line for a strike. Okay. A lot of times you'll just kind of see a hesitation in the line, or a tightening in the line. Sometimes you'll just see it pulled out in between your twitches in this case. Okay. Oh, shoot. Ah, there was one. Something kind of pulled it out just briefly. Very slight hit. Okay. I'm just doing this little twitch motion here just to keep it moving. And then I'm watching for the strike. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see if we can get them to strike. Okay. And I'll call it out if I see a strike. Maybe hard to see from y'all's angle. Okay, let's get it out that way. Okay. Okay. Just kind of twitching it in. So I'm now working a little bit deeper in the water column versus the other fly I was using was just a few inches off under the surface. So I was really just working the upper part of the water column. Okay, all right, let's move on down a little bit. All right, howdy, howdy, how's it going? See folks joining. Appreciate you guys joining today. Just doing a little average angler life fishing. Mobile fishing live stream IRL in real life. What's that mean? You get to see everything, mistakes and all, as well as some of the successes, as well as fails, and well, in some cases, those strikeouts, the dreaded strikeout, where you don't get anything. And right now, all I've had was one or a couple of fingerling bass kind of look and turn away from my fly. And so this time, trying to see if I can coax them with this other fly, the micro bugger, from popular pattern used up on the Blue River for trout. Okay, let's pop it out this way. Setup I'm using is a Cabela's 7.5 foot fly rod, three weight. Yeah, 3 weight, and Sunray fly fishing line from the UK that has this really cool weight forward characteristic. It's more like a shooting head, the way it acts, and doesn't take much to get it out there. Plus, when it lands on the water, I don't get the big slap or splash as I was getting with some of my heavier Skagit heads. Oh, there's a hit right there. Nice. Okay, I hope you guys saw that. All right, rinse and repeat. That's what it is, rinse and repeat. All right, got one on the bugger, the micro bugger. First fish of the day. All right, and I did bring the proof ball. Okay, so I brought the proof ball right here so I can take a picture of it and get a guesstimate on how big this guy is. All right, so let me grab my other phone camera, and do the old double click on it and see if I can get a photo of it. All right. Main thing is I need the fish, and all right, let's just do this. He's on the ground already. Let's just keep it simple. I need the fish to be in the picture of the proof ball, okay? And then I should be able to get a good measurement of them. All right, so here goes. All right, there we go. And with that, it should give me a good estimate on how big this fish is. You don't look too big, but I kind of like having that proof ball because I can quickly determine what the biggest fish of the day is that I caught. And it's not like, you know, I think folks have shown that it is fairly accurate, you know, but still not going to beat someone with a tape measure and weight and whatnot, or a scale. But I've heard that there are some universities using the proof ball to do their field studies when they're studying some fish and whatnot. So something to think about, eh? Enough to do at least a study. I think that's close enough. I'm good with it. All right, so in this case, mobile fishing live stream IRL is not going to have a strikeout. All right, and all I was doing was this short pull retrieve right here. And in this case, I wasn't watching the fly line. I was actually looking down, and I felt the strike. So yours truly got sidetracked. Luckily, I felt the strike in my hand here on the rod, and I set the hook. All right, but most times I'm watching the fly line, and I'm really getting an indication of a strike when I see the fly line react to that strike. Oh, okay. Shoot. It just pulled out briefly. Something hit it. Okay. All right, let's try that again. Okay, just short pull retrieve. There's a hit right there. Little guy, okay. That one I felt as well as saw the oh, it's a little bass. I felt the strike as well as I saw the line pull out. Well, look at this. Mr. Basilito. Looks like some little guys, little Blue River micro bugger right there. And I'm gonna do like I did earlier. I'm just gonna go and do a quick quick proof ball. Okay, you can see how small it is compared to my reel, fly reel. He ain't big. All right, he ain't big, but I think I should be able to. Get a camera shot of him here. All right, let's get him. Let's get him right there. I got him. I got him. All right. All right, so a bass and a bluegill, and he's not very big, but maybe I can fake it and kind of bring it up close. There I was. Took me over a second to bring him in, and I caught him. All right. Did not strike out. One bass, one bluegill. Hey, that's fishing. All right. I'm still in that quantity phase. I am not graduated past, I think this is level 2. Level 1 is, I wish I could catch a fish. Level 2 is, I want to catch as many fish. Level 3 is bigger fish, I think. Quality fish. Or limit, your limit. And then 4, I think, is the trophy, where you're trying to go for some big stuff. Well, I'm in 2 right now. I want to catch as many as I can on the hook. How many of y'all are in, what level are you? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a 2. All right, a little short pull retrieve, micro bugger, watch the fly line, feel the fly line, be the line, be the rod, be the reel, be the fish. The zen of fishing. I don't know about that, but I was not the fish on that case, or the dealie. Look at those fishermen over there. Right over there, you'll see a couple of cormorant. Right there, those guys are brutal. They'll clean out the trout that they stock over here in the main pond fairly quickly. Usually you got a couple of weeks before they show up after a trout stocking, and then after that, yeah, it gets a little bit more tough trying to catch a fish or a trout or two over there at the main pond. They stocked it over there last year about the first week in December. If you do, I have fished for trout there in the past, and the latest I've caught one was actually in May. I caught it in the lower pond where it overflowed from where they stock it. And I had caught it right by the waterfall. And then there was another time I took out this Go Fish camera, the one that you use, that camera for underwater video. And I put it down there with some bait and had some bluegill and bass, kind of playing around with the baits. And in the background, I actually had 2 trout come within range, and I was able to slow the video down and kind of blow it up some to confirm that, yep, there were trout there, and that was in the June-July time frame. So there's some possible holdovers out there. Just, can you consistently catch them? I don't know. I did see one year a young couple out there fishing with hot dogs in the middle of the summer, and they were catching trout. They sure were catching trout. I was very surprised. But for the most part, it's put and take at that particular location. So, yeah. All right, well, we found a pattern. Micro buggers, short pull retrieves. Rinse and repeat, basically. Cast it out and wait for the strike. All right, this is over here in the back pond area. Let's go over here to my left real quick. And we may try working the main pond that I call the main pond. That was one that I first started fishing at the beginning of this live stream. And let's take a look over here. Maybe we can coax a fish or two to strike over there. All right. All right. Yeah, definitely cool being able to catch a fish or two without striking out. Okay, and this is the main pond, right? And so if you see this whole area over here where there's rocks and stuff, and what happened is they rebuilt this walkway and everything, put these rocks and put a bunch of sand and dirt and whatnot and some sod, and then we had this huge flood, and then all this dirt and stuff ended up down there. So now you've got a hump right in here and a shallow area of rocks and debris or sand, and then over here it gets a little deep, but there's a little pocket here, but right here is where all that stuff is. And if you time it right, some days you get a bass or two kind of lurking over here on the other side of the humps or the shallows, and you might be able to hook into one or two there. All right, good stuff. All right, let's just cast it up. I know the sun's gonna be hard to see, so let me see if I can get an angle this way. All right, I'm just gonna do the same thing where I'm just gonna do these short pull retrieves. Let's see what this micro bugger can do. In fact, let me go ahead and take out more line since we're a little bit further out. Okay, it's a pretty fun rod here. 7.5 foot 3 weight, and that Sunray fly line has been a big difference in being able to cast for distance with this thing. A lot easier to get it out there without spooking them either, because of the line density of the fly line is a lot thinner than those Skagit heads that I've been using, the OPST Commando head. That one's a lot thicker compared to this thing. There's a hit. Oh no, I forgot about that stick up that's right there. Bummer. Shoot. All right, let me see if I can walk it on the other side and maybe pull it out before and hopefully not lose my fly. I'm stuck on it good. All right, let's see. Oh, I see it. I think I might be able to grab it here and maybe get it to come loose, maybe. Oh, it's stuck good. It's stuck really good. I think if I can grab it by the leader, I might have a chance. Oh yes, I did. Nice. Didn't lose it. Nice. That's a win. All right, let's go over here. Here's the culvert, deeper water. I'm just gonna go and cast it out here and see if I can coax one to strike out here. Okay. And I'm gonna hold off on putting an indicator. I'm just gonna fish it using the end of the fly line as a strike indicator. Just gonna let it sink. Give it a twitch or two, like so. See if we can get something to pop it. Completely forgot about that stick up. That has gotten me so many times over the years. Okay. Let's take it further out. Yeah, I used to catch crappie in this spot. It's been a while since I've caught crappie. I used to take a woolly bugger and a strike indicator and just kind of drop the fly out here on a windy day and let the wind and wave motion do all the action. And other than that, the crappie would hit it. Right now, it doesn't look like anyone wants to hit it. Okay. All right, let's go back this way. Let's see if I can get it right along this one bank. Right here. Maybe something's lurking back in here. Try the rinse and repeat short retrieves again. Okay. No. All right. I want to go back to the back pond and try by this culvert. It's got a deeper spot where sometimes the bluegill and bass like to lurk. Right over here by this drainage deal. And if I can work that, maybe I might be able to coax something where it's deeper. It's about maybe 2-3 feet. It's not very deep. And then every year there's going to be a nice bass that sets up right about here. And their bed, it's two nice sized bass, Mama and Papa, hanging out. And yeah, usually as long as you walk up slowly, you'll actually even see them. And they won't hit anything. You drop something right in front of their nose, they just ignore it. I think they're just used to it. I think if you do hook them, it's because you snagged them. Other than that, no. Just drop it right in front of them. They'll either just kind of slowly move away or just sit there and ignore it. I'd say the last 5 years, right in there. And then there's another one that'll stage over there on the other side. And if the weather stays warm, they might start playing here soon. You'll start seeing these depressions and holes and whatnot where they're digging out their nest or bed. Okay, slim pickings so far. I don't know if we're going to be able to get any more of those little bluegill. All right, so I always thought it was deep in the middle. It's actually shallow. Right out there, it gets really shallow. And then it gets kind of like a little channel that goes off to the right. But all these years I was like, oh, I'm gonna go cast deep. I better cast it to the middle of the pond over there. Nope. And the reason I know is because we had a drought year, and lo and behold, there it was, plain sight. Nice big shallow, fairly good sized shallow spot. And you can always see it once the water clears up. You'll see it with your polarized glasses. You'll see that hump, rocky, shallowy area. Sort of the same setup that I have where all that runoff went on into the other pond. Okay, where am I? I'm in Allen, Texas, fishing Bethany Lakes Park. Series of ponds. There's 4 of them here. I've only fished 2 of them today. There are 2 I haven't hit yet, and I may skip today just because it's getting later in the day and just need to get my fix in of tug is the drug and get around the fishing in. And yours truly didn't strike out, at least. Little bluegill, little bass, little to the point that I would call them fingerlings. At least the bass was a fingerling. Okay. And all I was doing was using this micro bugger and doing this short pull retrieve, waiting for the strike as well as feeling the strike when they hit. Okay. Right there, just this movement right here. And that micro bugger is probably a size 10 hook. Oh, there's a hit. Oh, I missed them. Line hesitated, and then went out. And he started pulling out. I set the hook, and he still got away from me. Let's see if I can get him to hit again. Okay. So it's not one of these vicious strikes and big action, tons of action right now. It's sort of a slow and steady presentation at this point. Okay. I was hoping it'd pick up a little bit since we did have some warmer weather, but I think we got pounded with that rain yesterday. Okay. Man, he hit it. He just briefly hit it, took out the line. I missed the hook set. Okay. Let me try getting it over here. A little bit closer to the cypress knees to the right, but not into them. And we'll just do the same thing again. Short pull. Watch the line, feel the line, be ready to set the hook. Okay. It's more of a just slow and steady fishing in this case. All right. Sort of the same stuff I do for trout fishing. You know, fishing for trout, kind of same thing. Kind of drop it in there and let it sink a little. At least stock trout in these local ponds that we have. Okay, a little twitchy motion maybe. No. All right, let me get it back out again. Back out. Let's see, right there. Let's see what happens. Hi, how's it going? Let's see if we can coax another one to strike. Just a little short pull retrieve right there. Watching the line. Let's see if he'll hit it. Oh, 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 that's two now. Shoot, that's two. Jeez, can't do that, can't do that. Okay, here we go. Let's try it again. Short pull retrieve. Okay. Okay, short pull. Let's see if he'll hit it. Come on, come on. Nope. These guys are playing hard to get today. All right, let's go back to, there's somebody over there. Shoot. Let's go over there. They're feeding the ducks right now. If I can get around to the other side of that point, I may have a chance at this one spot where I was able to coax a bass or two to strike. So let's check it out. Let's see, who's this? Mr. Speedy. Remember me? I don't remember. Was there a particular thing you called out from past streams? Usually I remember more of someone's questions or comments versus their handle. You know, memory's not the greatest. All right. Oh, see, how long is your fishing pole? Oh, from Hawaii. Oh, okay, cool. It's a 7.5 foot fly rod. Oh, they fed a bunch of the ducks over there. Okay. So usually, once they're kicking up a bunch of that stuff, it may attract some of the other fish. Look at these guys. All right, cool. Got some bluebill diving ducks. Nice. Let's see what else is out there. Canada geese, the mallards, swans, geese. See some gadwall. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's just go and cast it out, and we'll do the short pull retrieve, just like this. Maybe we'll coax one of these bluegill that are lurking down below. Mr. Blue Golly. All right. All right. There we go. Let it sink a little. And then, all right. I've already missed those two over there just a moment ago. Bummer on that. Okay. All right, let's take it over here, closer to where the ducks are hanging out. Maybe there's a fish or two kind of lurking nearby, trying to get some of that. I think they're feeding them some corn or grain. Boy, they are really kicking up the water too. Holy cow. Especially the ones that are diving under. That's cool. Chowing down. Okay, let's move over here. Got the sun in my eye. All right, short pull retrieve. Let's see if I can get him to strike. Okay. Nope, nothing there. I'm gonna take it out further. There's a spot that I cast last time, I think about a month or two back, that they were lurking there. Let me go ahead and shoot out some line, take advantage of this line capability to get the line out there. Pretty cool. Shot it all the way out there. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna let it sink a little and then short pull it in. Let's see if maybe there's something deeper lurking below. Okay. All right, let's feel it. Let's feel it. Come on, come on. No. Keep bringing it in. All right. I'm using that micro bugger. That's the fly that is very popular on the Blue River in Oklahoma. Oops. For trout. Got caught up on the ground here. Let it. All right, let's do it again. See if we can coax one more before I call the stream. Come on, come on. Kind of picking at the deeper spots, or where I think it's deeper. Okay. All right, I'm just mainly watching that line at this point, seeing if I can sense one of them striking. All right, let me get some line out. I need to get the purple out. There we go. There we go. Cool. That thing's shooting out there nicely. This is that Sunray fly line. It's a 3-weight fly line, and I'm using a 3-weight fly rod to kind of keep everything balanced. All right, let me start twitching it at some. Give it a little twitchy motion here. Okay. All right, let's do a little shake, shake, shake sonora here at the end. No takers there. All right, let me make sure I'm clear behind me. I'm gonna try getting it over here where it's a little bit shallow and try working this one area here. See if something will pop. Okay. And I'm kind of doing this short pull retrieve mainly just to keep that fly out of the greenery on the bottom. All right, the fly sinks readily, and if you don't move it quickly, you'll get it down to the bottom, and next thing you know, you're picking up a lot of that algae, the green stuff. I don't know what it's called. It's a bunch of algae stuff. All right. Let me see if I can get this line off the ground here and I can shoot it out there. All right. All right, there we go. Let me get this started. Okay, line needs to get out. All right, there we go. Wow, that went way out there. Nice. Okay, let's see if we can get them to hit now. Okay, come on. Be surprised how often a bigger bass will hit one of these little micro flies. And then I have caught probably about a 4 or 5 pound bass on a 1 gram trout magnet over there at one of the ponds I was trout fishing, and they had stocked it, and it's that time of year where the bass were starting to move about more. I think it's like March, and I was fishing this little trout magnet, and lo and behold, I seen something swirl on it, big swirl, and then yeah, and then it turned out to be a bass. I think I got a YouTube Shorts on it. If you take a look in the channel, you might get a chance to look at it. Bass on a trout magnet. All right, let's take it further out. All right, let's see, I've got the line. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Nice. Right out there. All right. Just want to get one more, and then I can call it. All right. Now, those ones I got were in the back pond and more of a shallower area too, so I'm not sure what's happening here, but I'm gonna go ahead and get another cast out. Okay, get the line to the overhang. There it goes. Oh, nice. Right out there, no problem. Ooh. Yeah, I do like this fly line. I do like it. Once I get the line, this purple stuff in the rod guides, I'll release it for the cast. Just shoots out there. Very nice. And I think that's like a 100-foot cast. Not bad for a little 7.5-foot 3-weight. Okay, so let me get it. There we go. All right, it's in the rod guides. There it goes, right out there. Right out there. Okay. Okay. Let's keep working it. Howdy, howdy. Okay, take care. Okay. Slow bite today. Only had that one, or those two. Had some others looking at the other fly, or over there at the feeder creek. But right now it's going to be slim pickings, so it's just let's give it one more. Oh man, it's almost 6. Oh shoot. All right. Oh man, I didn't realize it's already 6 o'clock, or almost 6. Let's, last cast. Let's see if we can close it out with one last cast and see if it'll be a fishy or two. A fishy, I mean. Of course, you know what last cast means. If I catch a fish, I don't count it as the last cast. This means I got to keep going some more. Yeah, that's why my kids hated it when I take them fishing and I tell them that. Last cast. But I didn't tell you when I started counting. Okay, that's it. All right, well, I appreciate you guys joining tonight or today. I know I wanted to get it out a lot more sooner, earlier in the week, but it got really tough with the schedule, the weather, and well, just things in general. But today, able to get out, and I was able to at least get my fix of the tug is a drug. Got me a bass, little bass, and a little bluegill. Other than that, been a fun time. All right, take care. Till next time, I'll catch you later, and good luck and good fishing.